Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. I ain't on no laptop or nothing, so I ain't got no music for y'all to play. But peace to the guys, peace to the American Aborigines, the Tauntauns of America. Uh, Shout out to North, South, and the islands. Shout out to Canada as well, cause that's ours as well. Hey, as y'all can see on the title, bro. I got a preliminary today for a debate on if humans originated in old dude son baby. Peace to the guys. Hey, I don't know if y'all got wrenches in here. Let me see something. Cause I can't wrenches from where I'm at. So let me see something right quick. Let me go to my let me go to YouTube right quick. Hold on, y'all. My check. I'm back. Okay, I see it's moving now. Yeah, but so today's the preliminary going on at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be on over there on the Black Jesus Ministry platform. The Lions Den is what they call it. Basically Hebrews. I'll be debating the Hebrew. And the debate topic is rather people that we know today, rather they originated in Africa or America. Now, I didn't want to take that debate, and here's why, right? I asked dude that I'm debating. I said, cause he was like, "What's your belief?" And I was like, "I believe that it was niggas on every every square inch of the planet before anybody else. Where do you think they originated?" I was like, "Man, I don't believe they originated in one spot." I'm like, "Bro, I think people were in every spot. I don't believe in out of Africa. I don't believe in out of Asia. I don't believe in out of America." But what I told him, since he kept egging it on, I was like, "But I can show more proof of the theory that coming out of America could be way more true. I can prove that. As I can show you science, math, certain things like irrigation, building apartments. Shout out to the the American Indian, encyclopedia. Thanks to Bap, Ahanukia, and Jaguar Omet for dropping that GM on me. Um, but I can prove that, man. Is I can claim proving that life could have started in America, dealing with inventions and innovations, bro. So, but the issue with me with him wanting to have this debate is I asked him. I said, okay, so I said, do you believe we've evolved from apes? And he said no, and I was like, but out of Africa and evolution is like one and the same, or whatever, right? Drop the link too for y'all. I was telling him like, yeah, it's one and the same. It's the same thing, right? He was like, no, I don't believe in evolution. So I said, okay. I said, I said, so what? I said, what are modern humans? He said, modern humans are Homo sapiens. I said, okay. I said, were there species before modern humans, before sapiens? He said, yeah. I said, okay. What were these modern? I mean, what were these species before the Homo sapien, the modern humans? He said, hominoids. I said, what are hominoids? He said, ape-like people. I said, okay, so did we evolve from these hominoids? He said, yeah. I said, okay, so you believe we evolved from apes? He said, no. I'm like, bro, bro, like you. So I didn't want to take the debate, but he kept egging it on, and the other brothers, the other two Hebrews that was moderating the phone call or whatever yesterday, they was egging it on too. Like that's the only thing they could stand on. But I was telling them on the phone, I was telling all three of them like, hey, how about y'all right now? Name me 15 right, 15 African inventions created on the continent of Africa and name of these inventions that the world uses today. They couldn't answer that shit. I asked them to name me 2 highways in Africa. They couldn't name that. Bro, if you can't name me nothing that Africa has given to the world that world uses today, how the fuck is you saying life started in Africa? So that's why I say he's gonna lose off of that alone. You can't prove that, bro. So I see some new people in the chat. Baby, Mr. Darkfly, brother, peace, God, sister, soul, man, radio, peace, sis. Jaguar Omet, peace to the God, man. Make sure y'all got wrenches, bro. Sagittarius Jones, peace to the God. My check. I'm good now. Okay. Yeah, I keep leaving the stream yard to go back to the chat to mob people up, so it's just fucking with my audio when I do that. But yeah, Sagittarius Jones, peace God, Big Chief, fuck you too, peace God, E dot 0407, peace God. But yeah, man, he wants to debate rather life started in Africa and or America, and like I told him, like I don't believe life started in one place, but I did let him know, like, hey, I can prove that there's more evidence of life starting in America than there is Africa. Like that's too easy to prove, bro. Like all the inventions, I told them all the inventions came from America. Rather they throw the turn on, they could call these people African Americans all they want, right? The point is that these inventions came from America, created on American soil. So if these so-called African Americans came from Africans, rather they Egypt, Kemet, West Africa, bro, you're gonna have to show some. You're gonna have to show some. You're gonna have to show some proof of that. You're gonna have to show me some. That's why I say, name me 5 highways can do that. Name me 15 inventions from Africa. Nobody can do it. So it's gonna be tough for him. But today is just a preliminary. It's not the debate today. We'll set up a debate on a later date. Which is weird as fuck because I start with this new company, this new trucking company tomorrow. I'm going back OTR. So I've been local since been driving local in South Carolina since February. Trying to debate, you know what I'm saying? Especially not a coincidence. I was like, bro, I got time now, you know? Because when we were supposed to debate last year, I was told, I'm not gonna say who told me, but it was a couple people that told me, hey, you will have to take time off the road to debate this clown. They was like, bro, don't take food out your kid's mouth to waste time on him. So, I've been driving local since February, and I've tried to debate. Not a coincidence. He didn't want to take the debate, so he's a fucking punk. Um, and he ain't got no information. This dude I'm debating ain't got no information. Real Black King, you want a loser. You want a loser. How dumb this trucker is. An invention is not a reputation of where humanity originated. An invention is direct correlation of where humanity is. How can you have have humanity starting in the place and nothing's being created? No trials or tribulations of inventions, inventing anything, bro. That's dumb as fuck, bro. Like it's oh man. But make sure y'all tap in at one. I'll probably be on this live for another hour. Cause another hour would be 12:46 my time, Eastern Standard Time, and then I'll start getting prepared to go over there. Um, and we're gonna get busy. Deshaun believes natural rock formations are apple period. A real Black King, there's no such thing as a straight line, a natural straight line, a natural triangle, a natural square. None of that naturally is in nature. See what I'm saying? So if you see a mountain with a perfectly straight line, straight blocks, perfect blocks, that's not natural. There's no such thing as a natural block, a natural straight line. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah, it's gonna be tough for him. Like he can't even prove the I asked him to name me a skull that they found in Africa to prove that's out of Africa theory. He couldn't even name one. And you already know where I'm gonna go with. I'm going to Lucia and I'm going to Naya in South America, right? And I can also go to the exit boy. I where he is, but that's all right. By the time the debate come, I have all that put up on my laptop and ready to go. But I can go to multiple schools here in America. So it's gonna be tough for him. I'm interested to see how he's gonna go. While we was on this phone call yesterday, he did what Hebrews do. He started screaming and yelling, and I had to hang up on him and hit the other buddy up like, "Yo, this call, cause we can't even get through this call." Like he doing this little Hebrew screaming shit, and so yeah, today and whenever the debate come, y'all gonna see a Tayshawn y'all never seen, man. I don't know if y'all been paying attention on the panels. I don't know if y'all been paying attention on the panels lately. Like I've been trying not cussing people out as much as I used to, but being laid back as much as I can, and I've been doing that because I've been wanting to get in the ring to debate, so I've been preparing myself for that. So I'm yeah, I'm gonna have him yelling and screaming like he gonna lose by default because he gonna be in his emotions. Like he not gonna be able to prove none of that. You can't prove. Out of Africa is it's a theory, a hypothesis, right? Shout out to Chief Holiday as a hypothesis still. They ain't even hit the theory stage yet. So he gonna be using a whole lot of fairy tale shit, and like I said, if you can't prove civilization, inventions, innovations, all this stuff coming out of Africa, that's tough to say that life started and being created in Africa. If everything's being created in America before Africa, in America before Asia, in America before Europe, like that don't make sense. Like we got a list. I got a list of 120 inventions by so-called African Americans. You got shit like the helicopter up there, the air conditioner, the stoplight, the iron board, refrigerated trailers, which are reefer trailers, right? The toilet, the doorknob, and it's like, well, damn, if these people was descendants of African slaves, you telling me the whole world didn't have none of this shit until these slaves came up out of slavery? Like, bro, that don't make no sense. And that's where I'm gonna smash this nigga, bro. This shit is too easy. This shit is too goddamn easy, y'all. This is gonna be an easy debate. Like these inventions of African Americans, so-called African Americans, and cross-reference that with the inventions of the American Indians and that American Indian encyclopedia. I'm gonna fuck this dude up, y'all. It's gonna be bad for this nigga, yo. That's what I say. I don't. It don't matter what term they put on the. They could call these people African Americans all day. It don't matter. The fact that you saying that these people were enslaved and somehow these people invented all this stuff out of slavery here in America. So that tells me the rest of the world didn't have shit. That makes zero sense. So I'm gonna bring a whole bunch of people home on this debate. Maybe even during the preliminary, it's gonna be a lot of people coming home, y'all. Cause at that point you gotta use your brain. Okay, if these niggas were slaves, but they inventing everything, what the fuck was the rest of the world inventing while we were slaves? Man. Real back clean. Either you can hit the link or you about to get blocked. I'm not even entertaining the troll in the chat. I'm not even doing that. Cause that's either Kid Gabo, I mean Kid Grebo or pedophile cast, 411 cast. So we not even doing that. All of y'all, let me step away for a second. Let me check the main chat, see it up right quick. But the link is in the chat for anybody to come on. Like I said, I'm gonna stay on till about 12:45, and then I'm gonna start preparing to go over the Black Jesus Ministry, the Lions Den, and get ready for this preliminary, man. See what it's about. But yeah, I had all three of them on the phone last night, and we are supposed to be debating. Me and Hill was talking, and I said something that triggered the other two. Like it's too much for them, yo. It's too much for them. Real Black King, I'm gonna ask you again. Either you hit the link and you come up here and name some inventions, so some African inventions, or you about to get blocked out the fucking chat. We not doing this shit you doing, bro. Like you fucking weird. All right, I'm back now, y'all. Okay, I'm back now. All right, 'cause I had to check the chat. But yeah, I forgot what the fuck I was saying because I was talking and my mic wasn't working. Um, who channel is on? But it's in the description, sister. So I'm trying not to keep leaving out the StreamYard because it my audio when I do that. But it should be in the description. If it's not, I will leave out a StreamYard again and post the uh post the link for you if you can't find it. But it should be in the description, sis. I see some new people came in. Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure I'm giving all my shout outs. Stephanie Burke, peace, sis. Um, I seen another name. Tight Sam, peace to the God. Soldier Slim, peace, God. Blue Ever Grassroots, peace. What came from the white man, Soldier Slim? Hey, the link is in the chat, y'all. Yeah. Khalil Finch, peace, God. Big Dog Philly OG, peace to the God. Talk Yo Talk Media, aka Greedy Vegan. What's good, my brother? Pat Gabriel, what's good, Brody? Modern adventures are old surfing the old world. Soldier Slim. I got you. Hold on, bro.
Yeah. Hey, peace.
What's good, bro?
Man, cool. And now, as a student, you know what I'm saying? I mean, what the things that I put in check, it wasn't to discredit anything, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it was a legit question, you did? And
Right, right.
I just came in, you know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of on the outside looking in, but I caught what you were saying, and I was reading in the chat, and you was like, everything started here in America, right? I and I
Correct.
and my comment was, okay. I thought in the beginning the world, everything in the world was together. It wasn't until later things broke apart, and that's how other countries and everything was formed. And I was wondering if I'm wrong, could you clarify, please?
So you talking about Pangea, right?
Huh?
So you talking about Pangea?
No, 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 no. You say that I believe the discussion was about black saying all life started in Africa, right?
That's what the main yes.
Right. And you said it started here in America because the Aborigines and the Indians. By the way, I'm Blackfoot, and I
No, what I'm saying is,
right,
right? No, what I'm saying is, I don't believe all life started in one place, right? But I'm
right,
going to debate. He wants to debate that either life started in Africa or America. So I told him, okay, I said I don't believe life started in one place. I believe that whenever the modern human popped up, I believe we popped up all over the world, and I don't believe I know according to science it was
right,
niggas here first before anybody else, right? So
yeah,
what I will be able to prove is all the inventions, all the innovations, all the civilization, all that started in America. I can prove that it started in America, even if you put the African American term on people like Benjamin Banneker, right?
right,
That created the almanac. They could call him an African all day, but he's in America creating the stuff, and he's creating stuff that Africans haven't created, right? You see what I'm
right.
saying? So that's why I'm saying I have more evidence to substantiate the claim that life started in America, but I don't believe life started in one place. But that's what the
All
guy
right.
wanted to debate, so I'm like, fuck it, we'll take it.
Well, I mean, listen here, man. I mean, as men and men of color, you know what I'm saying? I believe that iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying? And if I don't know something, I'm never going to say, oh, what bomb is definite and be dead wrong. You know what I'm saying? I would be quiet and try to suck up as much information as I can. And from everything that I gather, I would try to assist and search and come up with my decision. You feel me? Now, when you say he said all life started in Africa, and you believe in that it started everywhere, right? Now you would
Right?
have to
Absolutely.
go. Okay, cool. Now you would have to really go by history and what the archaeologists and what they, you know what I'm saying? Because even with the dinosaurs and stuff, when they dug the bones and stuff up, they knew exactly what time period and what was what from where, right?
Okay, hold on. I'm glad you brought up dinosaurs, right? That's a
Yes,
great
sir.
topic to talk about. Right. Okay, so I
But
really don't
wait,
believe in
wait,
dinosaurs, right?
hold up. I mean, just let me make this point before I forget. You hear me? Okay. Now, the oldest bone of a human being was discovered in Africa, and they say from the bones setting or something that it was of Negroid. It came from Negroid DNA,
So was
and
this a
that
bone? Was this a skull or just a random bone that they found?
I'm not sure if it was if it was a skull or what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I can't remember. But what I'm saying is this: in his as far as in books of archaeologists, the oldest bone was found there over there in Africa, and it was of
Okay, wait,
Negroid.
hold on, my brother, because
Yes, sir.
you making some claims, but you don't sound too
No,
sure. So you jumping out there in the
no
water. Hold
negative.
on, slow
Wait.
down, slow down.
No,
What type of bone was it? Was it
I'm
a tibula, a fibula, a elbow bone? What type of bone was it?
I'm sure it had to be. I'm sure being
Are,
that the anatomy, it had to be a
are you sure
skull.
or are you assuming? Are you sure or are you assuming, bro?
Well, me knowing anatomy and how to differentiate and know exactly where something comes from. You need even the hip bones and other bones. You could tell the difference between a man and a woman. Correct?
Okay, but I'm asking you what type of bone, what type of remains was it? This is
It,
important, right? This is very important.
it had to be either a full skull or a partial of a skull. It
Bro,
didn't
hold
have
on,
to
bro, bro,
be.
bro, bro, bro. Listen, bro, listen. Just say you don't know, bro. Right? Just say you don't know because you're making speculations and you have no proof of what you're saying and you're trying to combat me and you don't even know what you're talking about. Respectfully, bro. Respectfully. Just say you don't know and we could just move on from that. Don't know. Ain't no point of us talking about it, right?
It's part of me correct, and I don't know, but at the same time, it's not. I'm just. I came on here learning and trying to, you know what I'm saying, really just inform. It's not a
Right.
combat.
Well
This is not. This is not.
let me
This
teach you
is
something
not.
right quick then.
Oh God. This is not a.
Let, Okay, but let me teach you something right quick then, because you're making a claim about these bones in Africa that they found and they're saying it's the
My,
oldest bones, but
yeah,
you don't know if it's a leg bone, a toe
my,
bone, a finger bone, or a skull itself. So there's so apparently you say you're here to learn, right? Okay,
right.
let me teach you
Well,
something right quick. Okay, so there's
okay,
skulls that they found in South America, right? Just
right,
one of them name is Richard, one of them name was Walter, Richard Neves and Walter Neves or something like that, right? These skulls along with these skulls, they found two skulls in particular they talk about, Luzia and Naya, right? But these aren't
right.
the only skull and bones they found. They found hundreds of other skulls and bones around these people. They're found in Brazil, South America. Both these skulls, Luzia to be exact, Luzia, dates back to over 12,000 years, right? So what they did
Mm-hmm.
was they did this thing called craniology. where you do the measurements of bones and skulls. These measurements can determine the age, the quote unquote race, and the quote unquote sex. Well, not quote unquote, and the sex of these bones, right?
Right.
According to the archaeologists, according to the anthropologists, the craniology on these skulls, according to them, after running numerous tests, the numbers came back to be Negro bones, right? Negro bones. All the bones they found was Negro bones, right? That's Luzia and Naya. Luzia was like a middle-aged woman, and Naya was like a young teenager, if I'm not mistaken, right? That type of if you're gonna make the claim that they're finding stuff in Africa to substantiate the out of Africa claim, that's the type of sources we need. That's the type of stuff I need to hear coming from y'all's end, because just telling me, oh, they say they found some bones, bro. They say a lot. They say they brought us here on slave ships, and ain't no proof of that. They say they created everything, but you look back, actually look up these inventions, you'll see that niggas invented all this. Like they could say a lot, but ain't no proof behind they saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. That's why I had to stop, because you saying, oh, it had to be a skull, but just say you don't know, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So if you look up Louisiana, South America, Brazil, and they also did a facial reconstruction on it, and it looked just like niggas. So, and then you get into the DNA, right? So before there was DNA, there was always craniology. The measurements of skull and bones have been an exact science for years, hundreds of years at this point, right? It's a science, it's math, right? There's differences in sizes and measurements of skulls and bones from so-called Negroids, so-called Mongoloids, which would be Asians, and the Caucasoid, which would be so-called white people. Even though the Asians, the Caucasians and the Asians are basically the same people, but that's besides the point. The skull and bones have a certain science, bro, a certain mathematical conclusion of who these people are. So before all the DNA talk, there's always been these skull measurements. So now in the updated reports of the Lucia and Naya skulls, and now they're saying, hey, even though the skull measurements are Negro, now that they got the DNA narrative going on, they say, oh, but their DNA is Native American. Now I gotta ask you this: if two so-called African Americans, right, mate and have a baby, is that baby gonna come out looking like a Native American? You still there, brother? Ah, he might have lost connection. Mic check. Okay, so until he get his mic, he might have stepped away. All right, so now the updated science on Louisiana, now they're saying, oh, well, the DNA says that they're Native Americans. Okay, when it comes to how you look, right, your physical features, that includes your DNA, right? Right. So if your DNA if they're saying the DNA of these skulls are now Native Americans, but the measurements are still Negro skulls, because that measurement is an exact science. I know people don't like the bones and all that, but hey, these bones stand out from all that other DNA bullshit. It that the bones debunk DNA in itself. So if the skull measurements still read that they're Negro skulls, they're Negro, all that DNA talk is out the door, because you're not gonna tell me these bones measurements are niggas, but the DNA is Native Americans when Native Americans don't look like niggas. When two niggas breed, a so-called black American and a black American woman and a so-called black American man breed, that baby's not gonna come out looking like a Native American. That baby's not gonna come out looking like an Asian, a Japanese person, a Korean gonna look like a European. It's gonna be a nigga. Bro. This is too easy, bro. Like this shit is simple. It's too simple, bro. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be fun. Um, I'm excited. My check. Okay, I'm excited. I'm hella confident, and I feel like it's gonna be. I know it's gonna be a dog walk. He might not make it out the preliminary, honestly. And they say I know they told me I don't have to show sources during the preliminary, but I honestly I might. I might have to try to pull some shit. I ain't got my laptop on me right now. I got to get it out of storage, but I might have to pull some shit up, man. Jag, peace, brother.
So salute, man. Salute, salute. You already know, bro, man. What you got going, man? Who challenging the God?
Man, I got volunteered to the debate league, man. Shout out to Bout, man. He volunteered me for to represent the Aborigines for the debate league. Black Jesus Ministry them got going on, and they got me going up against the Hebrew.
You talking about that Solar Vision debate league?
It's the what they call it, the Lions Den. I got the flyer. Give me a
Oh,
second. Hold it down.
oh, okay. I ain't know. Yeah, okay then. I forgot about them guys. I forgot they try to debate stuff like that, man. Yeah, that what's up though, man. So they got a Pan African ideology. I thought the Hebrews came on back home to America by now. Shit.
I thought they did too, but bro, I don't. It's weird with them. It's weird that we even debating the topic. He's
So what's
saying
the
that.
topic? What's the topic again?
So the topic is, did life originate? Did the modern human, the modern person, did we originate in Africa or America? Now I told him I don't believe we originated all in one spot. I said I think people was everywhere, all around the world at the same time. And they I told him. But he was like, he stood firm on no, we came from Africa. So I'm like, is that what you want to debate? He's like, yeah. I said, you don't want to debate nothing else. He said, no. I'm like, I said, okay, I'll take that debate to prove that life started in America. But the way I'm gonna prove that, I told him like, I can't even 100% prove it, but I said I could show you more proof through inventions, through coach food and all this stuff that it's more proof that life started in America than there is proof that life started in Africa. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Right, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of open, but you can narrow it down to pinpoint, certain things that can only help you realize that, at least, some sort of civilization or advanced, acknowledgement of human ways, lifestyle, it had to start somewhere so somebody can teach somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because, not to say that we didn't learn things from other countries too, but it's kind of pretty much an overload of what we done brought, you know, to the rest of the world, man. I'm glad you got there and got you one though, man. I ain't bullshit. Shit, I be waiting for somebody to challenge me. Shit.
Hey, hey,
I
brother.
don't be
Yeah,
on
man.
YouTube enough though. I don't be on here enough, man. I be, these children, they be playing sports and everything, man. Track season just ended, so but I got flag football coming up, so you know how that be, man. I just try to stay involved where I, can at least keep up with what everybody got going on. Shit.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah, man. But salute to the chat though, man. Word, man. Y'all support the brother Tashawn, man. Tashawn been around. Original South Carolinian. You know what I'm saying? Holding it down. That's a bro. Y'all already know I'm from South Carolina too, man. So let's put everybody on, man. Get Tasha some support, man, so we can, what I'm saying, go over there and wreck shop. Go ahead and make an earthquake real quick. Shit, man. Hey, it is what it is, though, man.
Much love, Jack. And hey, my main source, bro, is I'm gonna be cross referencing out of it, but bro, I got one and bap y'all props. That American Indian Encyclopedia that I nicknamed the nigga book, bro, that's a fucking gem, bro. That shit there that's heavyweight. Can't nobody do nothing with that, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's like really at the mountaintop. You know what I mean? You gotta be able to have the eyesight to recognize, okay, what are they really saying? Because a lot of this stuff in that book, man, we ain't never heard of, or it was never presented in the public view. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you just gotta really follow these archaeologists and anthropologists, man, who really get out here and do the real field work. And they try to flood America for some reason. Like I say, flood mean to cover. So what they try to say, oh, we discovered. Oh, we discovered this. We discovered that. You know what I'm saying? But y'all already know what's up. It's
It's
just
hard to discover something that there are people already on. You heard? So
exact.
a lot of times the Caucasians will all they want to do is mislead and form their own narrative, and they take out what's really needed to really to contradict their statements and give you what they want. When man
Right.
touches anything, it's defiled. And brother, what is it? Sean, Deshaun,
Yeah. Tayshawn,
Tay
Tashawn.
Sean, Tay Sean, co-real. Back to what we was on. You were right, and you had a point. I was up here just, you know what I'm saying. It not so much guessing, but I didn't have the facts to bring to prove my point. And I said,
Right.
in order for it to be really, you need a score. You was like, wait, hold up, you're not sure of that, right?
Right.
Now,
That's why I was asking if you knew what it was, because it don't just have to
what
be a skull. It could be any bone.
what
But
what?
right.
No. Can I say? Can I check this out? This is coming from Google. The skull is considered to be the most important bone for race determination because without it, the original the origin of the race cannot accurately be determined. Forensic anthropologists use lengths, widths, shapes of skulls featured along with population specific dental traits to aid them in reaching a conclusion. So
Did it cut out, or did my phone cut out?
Yeah, he cut out. I think he trying to get into craniology though, if that's where he was going with it.
hello,
Yeah, there you go,
hello.
bro.
All right, you back now.
Hey, my bad, but no, Jag, me and the brother was discussing how did what bone it took to really determine the race of of the of what I was saying, and I said it had to be a skull. He said, "Do you know that, or is that just a guess?" I said, well, I know the anatomy and basically what, and I spoke of the hips and other bones. This is determined whether it's male, women, a male, a female, height. You know what I'm saying? He was like, because he was like, it's all about basically numbers, which he was correct. And I mean, I can't dispute that. And then he was like, wait, hold up, you arguing. And sir, if I if I'm trying to learn, I can't argue. I have not a leg to stand on. That makes no sense. What I'm trying to do,
Soldier
but
Slim,
yeah,
you got to tell them the full story. The full
well,
story, Soldier Slim, because I asked you. I said what type of bone was? I said was it a tibula, a fibula?
right,
Was it a
right.
skull? You
I,
said you said you wasn't sure. You said
no,
you
I said
pretty
at first I
sure.
said I wasn't sure. Correct, but then me, hello,
Yep.
yeah, but then me really, I mean, using what I already know, and I I couldn't. In other words, I couldn't articulate it at that time. But
See,
then I,
this Soldier Slim. This is why I asked you if you know for sure what it is, because they found bones, right? They found bones miles apart from each other in Africa to substantiate the claim that we came from from monkeys and all that bone and another random bone, and they made a whole story around those two bones. They say, okay,
The
these were the monkey
evolution.
people. Exactly. So that's why I'm
That's
saying
it.
you got to be
Right.
sure exactly what it is that
Right.
you're saying about these bones.
Right. Now, may I speak? When once I knew, and I said it had to be a skull, I stood firm. And yet, that's when you call me out. You don't know. Hold up. You don't know what exactly you're guesstimating, and I really couldn't. I couldn't argue. But no, that's a lie, because I said, well, me knowing anatomy and going to school, this is what you really would take, that would it take for to determine race, the race
So
of the
was it a
of that
was
person.
wa- was it a skull? I mean, the bones that you're talking about that they found in Africa, was it a
Yes,
skull?
yes, it had
What's
to
the
be a
name?
skull. Yes, it was.
See, bro, you still saying it had to be, or I'm pretty
Oh
sure,
man,
bro.
come
What's
on,
the
sir.
name of it, bro?
Come on,
Listen, bro. Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. Because right now I don't know
sir.
if you being genuine or if you trolling at this
Right.
point, bro. If
Pardon
you're
me,
making a
sir. A
claim,
troll?
bro,
Think
if you
he been
hold on, bro, be quiet,
he
bro.
been
Hold
he
on,
been
bro.
Be quiet.
Okay, just chill for a second. Just chill out for a second, because I'm trying to get you to understand something. You're substantiating the claim that they found a bone in Africa that's the oldest bone in the world that proves that life started in Africa. So I'm asking you, what type of bone was it? Was it a skull or whatever? What's the measurements? What did they say the measurement was? What did they name this? These are very key questions, bro. When it comes to this, you feel what I'm saying? Because just like you, 3 years ago, I thought life started in Africa as well. I thought everybody came from Africa as well till I started researching. So what I didn't do was though, I didn't come up on panels saying, "Oh, I think," or "I'm pretty sure," or "It's gotta be," to go against what's being, bro. That's not right.
Yeah, you got to classify the actual specimen that they use to say, okay, this is the oldest species or human type on the planet. Whether it be a jawbone, half of a skull, some teeth, a hand, you know, possibly a kneecap or something. Who knows? It got to be at least classified what it is. If it is a skull or a cranium, then you got something. But I ain't gonna front. I ain't found the full formed skull that they showed, saying that it's supposed to be representing Negroes. They done tried to say Neanderthals, you know, Homo sapien, whatever, but I haven't, not in my research. I'm not trying to interrupt y'all dialogue, but
Nah,
you
me
got
neither, Jack. That's why I say only thing I heard about is that jawbone and that other bone that was miles away that they say is the common answers. Like that's theoretical though. That's not. They haven't proven that. They just made up a story
yeah,
behind that as well.
facts, facts, yeah.
But Soldier Slim, no disrespect, bro. I'm just trying to get you to understand, like, bro, you gotta be for sure when you come up here talking, especially over here, what we teach over here. And bro, I'm new around here. You got a heavy hitter. You got one of the guys, Jaguar Omet, on the panel right now, bro. Like, you can't come around here half step around these brothers, bro. These brothers and sisters, bro. You got to know what you're talking about, bro. Fact that we're waking people up and we're breaking away from all the lies that was taught in the general education system, that's taught in the healthcare system, that's taught in church, but we breaking away from all that. So you just coming up here repeating, regurgitating what you heard throughout all your life, what we all heard with no evidence, bro, is it's gonna be this type of energy, bro. No disrespect, but this is just the type of energy we own over here with it, because we not lies. You got to show some proof, bro. And I'm not gonna say, oh, you use white man science, because I didn't go do the anthropology and the craniology on these codes. It was so-called white people that did it. But what I'm doing is I'm dissecting that information and I'm cross-referencing that information to come to my own conclusion, like A1 be saying. That's basically all it is. You're coming up with your own conclusion, but you got facts to back these conclusions.
Yeah, that will help it clarify even more too when you really get down to the nitty gritty, man. It really don't. When it comes to the truth, the color really ain't as relevant as people try to put it because you know I ain't gonna front. It's plenty of Latin Americans and Spanish Americans and also European Americans that are telling the truth about this land and our people. So it's about having key discernment on what's really going on. Of course, we like to take it to a Caucasian and Negro type of talk, but when you really get down to it, man, it really ain't even about that, man, because a lot of these people are related to some of our families who up here, you know, calling these shots and, changing the narratives and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Some of these people may just be related to some of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been going on for a while. You got plenty of empires of families from the Americas, let alone everywhere else that's been connected, you know, straight up. Shit, it's some old shit, real old. That's what a lot of the fraternities come in at too. These fraternities start a lot of these old families who wealthy. You know what I'm saying? And they got all type of ethnicities in their family. Asian, German, shit, American, Russian. Yeah, man, it's a family thing, really, man. I'm really trying to narrow it down to, but you know how it be, man. It's good to build up to it and get all the details because it is a crime scene, you know, it really is. We don't take it lightly, you know what I'm saying? Like that American Encyclopedia actually gives you a rundown of each culture and what they actually produced, you know. So we gonna get into that as well, man. You know, discovering that book actually put us on the level we on now, man. So, I just like for everybody to use it wisely and know how to represent it. Cause hell, even though it got so-called Native Americans, which are, mestizo looking or whatever you want to call mixed looking type of people, on the cover of the book, it's clearly tell you a lot of the Aboriginal uh, cultures is what brought these inventions and uh, agricultural irrigation, architecture. It's about our people that did it. You holding this copper skin, whether it's from chocolate to caramel color to high yellow red, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We come in a lot of hues, so you know, and it not only distinguish that, the beards, the texture of the hair. Most of us got a curl, tight curl, or loose curl. Just depends on where your people was at more so, or how you actually taking care of your hair. You know what I'm saying? Some people just have more hydration in their body, due to them being ecologically invested with their land. You know what I'm saying? That's another study that we definitely gotta always hold up high, man, because that's what tie into the astrological study. Knowing the landmarks by the skies. Catching up with the season. You know, everybody know it's a flood season down there in Florida. Why? Hurricane season. That's every year. We know this already. If you ain't gonna prepare for it, that's on you. All across the coastline, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas. You know what I'm saying? I know that time of the year around September. It's all seasonal. We just gotta be seasonal. You know what I'm saying? Some of these people are actually putting stuff ahead 10 years, 20 years in advance. for their generations to come along and be invested, you know, to run, to take ownership of. Same thing we got to do. You know what I'm saying? It run deep though. I ain't trying to steal your show or nothing, bro. Cause hell, like you say, I'm ready. I'm ready to see you get in that action myself. Shit, hell, is what it is.
Nah, it's all good, bro. You good, bro. We
I
got
know I get along.
What's good, Philly OG? I see you, sister. So Philly OG came on before you, so I'm gonna let him get in right quick. You got it right out there.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be long. Grand Rising to Shine. Much love and respect to you and the family, Jaguar, Sister Soul, everybody in the chat, man. Uh,
Salute.
much love and respect, man. You know, I don't, through my experience, brother, I don't trust nothing that I was taught. Nothing. I consider, the people who taught us in this system was habitual liars. You know, and I got to use my own resources and my own brain to sort through that shit. I don't trust the skulls. I don't trust the scientists. I don't trust the bones. I don't trust the none of them because they all liars, man. We should, my thing is we should be questioning everything instead of just believing. That's what got us in this situation. Just believing we came from Africa. Just believing. That's what got us in trouble instead of questioning it and doing research. So like I said, I don't trust nothing from the miseducation system, from these politicians, from these lawyers, from these doctors, from these uh, history. I don't trust none of it. What I mean? We dealing with an habitual liar that will keep lying, covering up their lies with another lie to keep us lost. That's where I'm at with it, man. I just came in to touch base. Much respect to everybody, man. You got it.
Okay, peace, peace. Philly, Jaguar, Tayshawn, the chat, everybody. Right, brother. A lot of the stuff is
Peace.
just really unveiling, when you say like question stuff. So we gotta like really question it, look at it, research it, figure it out, put the puzzle together. People gotta really put the puzzle together, put the, connecting the dots. A lot of these things making it work by having, things that combine into putting the perfect picture together. And then there's so many different pictures, because there's so many different bits of framework that have been used to manipulate and reconstruct and change things over and make it into something that it's not. So now we're at a place of adapting to the truth and reality and seeing what fits, where to put this particular piece of the puzzle. So now we have a picture of this. Then we can, eventually have a museum or art collection because we got all these pictures. We frame things, and it's so evident with everybody pulling like different information, and when you're putting things together, that like, okay, here's this. When you're laying out the mapping of this stuff, you can't deny the facts. Something Tayshawn said earlier when he was saying, "Oh yeah, in the debate, I'm going to do such and such and such." Great delivery. Certain things that are particular focus on things, and it's like, the person has no choice but to think. Showing that hey, inventions were here, here, and here. So what were these other people doing? When they were inventing everything at this time here, or they're saying that it didn't get done until what you brought slaves over here to do it. So now they're slave minded. They're inventors. All of a sudden, they're just these famous creators that just came out of slavery. Like I mean, the stuff just makes no common sense. And you have to put things in a framework for people when they looking at it. They're looking at it like, well, dang, that don't make sense. Let me use my common sense. Maybe if I use my common sense, it'll make more sense, and maybe I should go with that narrative. This is how theories come up. You got to look at what makes sense. Do the action or take the step to put things in place where you can um, check on it. Do certain studies on it. And studying is studies, researching information, bouncing things off each other. So yeah, that's a good tactic, brother. Just in itself. I know you got some other stuff, but that definitely is a good thing. So they have to look at the comparison. Pardon me. They have to look at their comparisons and say, well, he's not lying about this, this, and that. When the facts are in your face, what can you say about it? You know. So yeah, that's all I want to say.
I think that's my best way to attack it because, like I said, I don't necessarily believe that life started in one place. I believe that everywhere was populated at the same time. I do know scientifically because there is a such thing as a recessive gene and a dominant gene, and dominant genes is what we would call melanin and the so-called nappy hair, the 90th the hair, and the recessive gene is the pale skin and which is actually fur. I do know that the dominant gene predates the recessive gene. So I do agree that it was life everywhere. But I can I can show some proof that there is a great chance that life started in America just because all of the inventions, like the inventions itself, like I've been asking for the past 3 days for these Pan Africans. Name me 15 African inventions on the continent of created on the continent of Africa and name the inventors. They can't name one. That's interesting to me to say that life started there and you can't name one invention that came from there. That's a bold claim. That's a bold statement for people to still be making these days, especially if they saying they researchers. Like I'd be nice to people. Hey, name me some highways in Africa. Name that.
Right. Or name something, that people have brought from there to enrich or start something here. Find something that was not transported out of America to another place to start agriculture and horticulture in those areas. You know, all these places come from a seed of America, the Incans, the great American Incas. Us, we're the descendants of that, where we come down and, things have come down, things have evolved, blah, blah, blah. That's all over here. That's us. Like, there's like no debating any of that. So, people
Big
have to look
facts.
at facts, you know. You looking at the fact of something like, how can you deny a fact or truth? You have to, I don't care if 20 books done told you some shit. If you know a fact about something, right? How can you even weigh that against one fact, even shit. I mean, it just don't be making sense to me when people want to debate certain things that don't make sense, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true though. You can follow the seeds alone, man. Just the seeds. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, ecology, it bring it back to let you know, okay, well, this was rooted from here, that's rooted from here. So when you look at, okay, well, what they growing over there, then it all start making sense, And then not only that, but we, like you say, we got sources and information telling you that these people actually took seeds or was taught how to grow certain vegetation, and it was a pretty good bit that came from the Americas. So, I'm gonna run with that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why not? I wasn't never really taught it that way. I know they did mention, a lot of vegetation and plant life coming from America, but they didn't never really give it how we distributed it and how we used it, whether it was for food, medicine, you know, a bath, you know what I'm saying, shampoo, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like we did almost every angle with every aspect, on this land. So, and we spread it out to the world. That's why I give the Atlantis narrative as far as them people know what Atlantis is. They taught that in they studies and universities of what the civilization was in America was like, and how it did spread to other countries, that was taught languages and mathematics and architecture, let alone the agriculture, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I run with, you know, the whole Atlantis theory to bring it back home to let them know, it ain't Atlantis, it's America. It always have been and it still is.
Can I say something, or not even say something? I'm sorry, ask you and Tayshawn something, right? Have with the Atlantis, right? Have you ever heard of where exactly it was or pinpoint? Is there any discussion that you've heard or any book? Because in a book that I read, right, it specifically said that before Atlantis was sunken, right? And it said that it was the land that was between America and China. So basically China and America was linked with Atlantis. So when Atlantis got sunken, that was what so-called broke the space up between making China separate because China used to be Asia America, not China. It used to be called Asia America and Russia used to be called Russia America. And the landmass between, I'm not sure the name of the landmass, but there was also the landmass between Russia and America as well. So those two areas, I'm not sure about that one, but I know for sure that Atlantis was a particular landmass, and it was between um, Asia, America, and the America here, America Inca, basically.
Well, in my studies and as far as to the research I'm at now, uh, the guy Ivar Zapp and it's another archaeologist, George Erickson. They wrote the book Atlantis in America, and that's what I pretty much been covering on my channel. Uh, Other books that speak on Atlantis in the antediluvian world, Atlantis in the Lost Outpost, uh, the Conquest of Peru. Uh, a lot of these books speak on uh, just like what you said, a flood. But like I say, a flood don't always literally mean it was sunken or it was flooded. It just kind of mean it was something that they chose to cover up to create a new narrative because in the book Atlantis in America, uh, he showed plenty of geographical locations, especially in Mexico and the surrounding islands in South America, on
Right.
how a lot of the temples that were found and a lot of the pyramids, along with the archaeology, was like more defined and more uh how can I say uh it was more, I guess, advanced than what they knew it being in Europe. So it was like also it was them comparing what they found in Europe and I mean what they found in America in comparison to Europe. They felt like that the Americans had a more advanced way and lifestyle of what they were trying to represent as Christians in comparison to what we was, to where we was at already, because we had, you know, gold temples, hydraulic doors that actually opened up the temples, just a massive uh plethora of architecture that was geographically designed by our people. Of course, some of it being older than what at the time what they called the Aztecs. They was explaining how it was people before them who were known as the Olmecs who actually created those temples and highways and different scientific features like observatories, stuff that study the sky, uh, taking measurements of different angles, stuff like that. It was just what they found was it was too unbearable for them to say, okay, this ain't what Atlantis, is, because it was like everything they found represented Atlantis. And not only that, they still finding stuff, just like AP bring up down there in Guatemala, La Donta and all the other pyramidal structures and highways they just found in the jungle. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's more so uh the level of study people are at when they hear about Atlantis, when they try to say it was only in one place. When in my studies, to where I'm at now, I'm recognizing that it was the whole America. You know what I'm saying? Because they tell you it was basically a continent full of islands, a chain of islands. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing but water in America. You know, it's bridges everywhere. Uh, you know, it's pretty much diverse in the food type of styles, clothing, in different areas, even how we talk. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's just my spin on it. I ain't mean to take so long with that, but you know, that's how I came about it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, China is very, very close. You know, they try to make it like it's so far, but it's actually really close. So I
Right.
could see it being there. And when you said something about Texas, something else you said, I can't remember now, but I know about Texas. Um, there is a Atlantis, Texas here in Texas. There's an Atlantis, Texas. So I can see it being in, somewhere in this area and things being in reference to that. It could be Atlantis could have been a part or a section, of everything when everything was, able to be uh, crossed over easily. So with
Yeah,
certain
it's
areas
kind of
that
it's kind of taught as like kind of like an empire more so than it being just a landmass itself because
mm,
it's a like I say it's a when you look at the architecture in different places that resemble what we got in America, you see what I'm saying? It kind of shows the influence of our people actually traveling over and
well, they
create
did.
these.
They were trading and doing all of that at one point in time. Everybody was doing trading. They would go over back and forth. They had different ways. They had underground tunnels they would be traveling through if they wanted to go to certain areas that they still have been utilizing now. So they do have all these different things that they were able to easily conjoin until something happened. It could have been man-made. I see two things. Maybe some type of catastrophe like an earthquake, and then maybe the ground cracked, and over time it started moving and separating. I could see something like
Right,
that making the flood. That would make sense to me. I can, so
right.
from my theory, so I could see that happening. But at that time, we, everything was, like you say, it was a great empire. That's why they had emperors, they had empresses that were ruling the areas. It was like a great land, and then they had like three different um rulers. That's why they had it separated, like Russia, America, then there was the Americas, then it was the Asia America. Because they all were ruling the empire, but they were all, together. They were working together. Then of course somebody always got to get greedy. Somebody want to do this or have
That's
more, blah
right.
blah blah. And then that's where the problems come. People started fighting, over the greed, and this one don't want to trade with this one because of that, and this and that, and they fighting, and stupid stuff. So with that, here come the time where these other people came in later on, and they're looking at like, oh my gosh, look how they got everything going. They got everything is moving, everything's flowing. They got stuff going this and that. We want that. You know how envy is. So we want that. We want a part of that. We want to be, doing this. So they found ways with people that wanted to be the greedy. They say, oh, we're going to come together and we're going to do this. They get these certain tribes or whatever, supposedly that they reconstruct or have put together and orchestrated to pretend to be us, the actors and
Right.
actresses, put them in costumes and shit, taught them our traditions, this, and that. Taking our kids, putting them with them, changing their memories to making them think it's some other shit, like literally, so they did all of this. Then at the same time, bringing all these people in, they bringing the immigrants in from this place, that place, every place that they want to do the trading with. Oh, we're going to help you guys, with the trading. Bring these people over. Bring such and such amount of people over here. We'll help you guys by alleviating the starving and hope and starving and stuff that's going on in your area. You don't have nothing going on. We can bring y'all people over here and we can get y'all paid basically. So they bring these people in, the immigrants. Then they set up a fake orchestrated confederacy, right? And then they'll set up the pilgrimage or whatever. The pilgrimage, they got to have the missionary, they got to have the health profession, and they have to have the lawyer, the preacher. So then once they have all these people, they have everything set up and they can orchestrate the school because now they got the teacher for the school, they got the pastor for the church and the missionary. That's why they have all the churches, all these big old churches in these colonies because these missionaries now are the colonies that are setting up the organization because with the organization when they have 50 people or more, now they can set up a reservation because they have 50 or more people and they're training them in the Indian tradition in the school, in the Indian school, and then they have the church and the missionary to convert them to make sure they all Christians. Because when they came from these other places, these people weren't Christians either. So when they brought them over here, they convert to the lifestyle that these people are giving them, this life of luxury and shit. They come over here, get school, get this and that. They get a stipend. Now you're under the government because we brought you over here. You're under our sanction. We're paying you. This is why all these Indians get these stipends, because they got an Indian card that goes back to them being a part of this shit. So now they take them, they brought them over here. They had all these people converting, through their little missionary on their plantation and colonization, converting them into learning how to be us. Because remember, these are the actors and actresses. These are the people they brought over here to portray and pretend that they're
Right.
us. So
And
they
they
gotta,
started
they gotta put
practicing
them
all that.
in the forefront. You feel me? So
Yep.
now once they done put them in the forefront and everything is set up with them, they are able to go in and have a chieftain. Because once they have 50 or more people in this congregation, they're allowed to be uh, uh, deemed a chief. So that's why we have all these chiefs, these fake bright chiefs. Because they were the ministers that came here to colonize to be able to pilgrimage everybody over and convert them. That's what a pilgrimage is. It's converting over. They converted them over through the colonization. So now they are all these Christians that are on the mission for them. And then they have the grants because they got $150,000 when they first started doing it. Each mission, each colony that's set up, they got $150,000. Everybody got paid a certain amount of money each year. I don't want to lie, but I went over the whole thing. But they got paid a certain amount of money each year. Then they got the Indian Trading Company. They start getting these people. Now that they trained them, they got them working. So they got them tending the fields. They got them doing this because the Indians done trained them everything. They done trained them and showed them everything in the school. So now they got them working the fields and shit, making all the money. Now they can start trading out our shit to all these other places, and then at the same time bringing them in by saying, "Hey, come on, get incorporated over here. We got this, and that. All you gotta do is come here and get a business. You set up your business, incorporate your business. You get it set up." And now you can start bringing people in, bringing slaves in. You bring these slaves in, you got them working under your corporation, and you can start siphoning off the land like everybody else does. Let's just take the shit from America because it's abundance of the shit. They don't know what to do with it. Shit, they don't deserve all this. Why don't we take advantage of it? So now they got their little system set up to take all our shit and start taking it out to all the other places, all these other countries through that India Trading Company and shit, because they was the ones that was funding all this shit with the damn churches and stuff. So now they're trading the slaves, they trading stuff. Yeah, they was trading slaves. They sure did. All the slaves, the fucking immigrants they brought their ass in that was the slaves for their colonization. All the immigrants they got they citizenship. And now they're under them. And they're getting the Indian stipend. And all they ass did was come here and play a fucking role of pretending to be us. You're getting paid for the shit. I can't stand it. Like literally I can't stand it.
Facts. Mic check. Mic check.
Yeah.
Mic check.
Yeah, I
Y'all
hear
hear
you,
me?
brother.
Yeah, you
Okay.
good,
All
bro.
right. I'm about to. I'm gonna shut this down in a minute because I gotta be over there at the Lions Den at 1. So get ready to shut it down. I know Bap just went live. Y'all go show Bap some love, some love. This is not. This is just the preliminary. We're just gonna talk about what's gonna be the topic. It's probably only gonna be like a 45 minute. I'm only gonna be over there for like 45 minutes. 'Cause I'm not about to go back and forth with them Hebrews, and we're not even debating today. So, and I got shit to do because I'm getting back on the road tomorrow. So, I got shit to handle today. But if y'all can tap in with me. I'll post the link in the chat to the channel that I'm gonna be on, and we'll rock out, man. If y'all wanna close out, y'all
Yeah.
go ahead.
All right,
Got
peace, brother.
Yeah, man. Peace, peace, man. Much respect, much, gratitude, man, and do your thing, bro. Hell, I already know, man. Hey, you ain't got no butterflies or nothing, man. It's a cakewalk, man. Yeah, treat him like he talking to you, your big uncle.
Right, man. I'm over here, bro. I'm over here lit. I'm in teacher mode. Like I'm gonna have this dude so mad. Y'all gonna be like, damn, Tayshawn is really calm. Y'all can never see a calm Tayshawn like this. It's gonna be great,
Yeah,
man.
Be gracefully. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You already know. Hell, I'll be over there though.
All right, for sure, bro. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody that's tapped in, man. If any of the moderators, if y'all can post the link to the Lions Den channel, I think it's Black Jesus Ministries, who's basically the head dog over there. But if y'all can post that link, if not, I can go find the link right quick. Matter of fact, let me see if I can do it. Because every time I click out of yard, it fucks with my audio, so I'm trying not to do that again. Give me a second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna have to click out the screen. Right. All right, give me 2 seconds. Let me go get this link, and I'm gonna post it in the chat for y'all. My chat. Okay, so the link is posted in the chat, man. Y'all hit that link, and let's come show some love, man. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. But like I said, it's just the preliminary. It's not the debate. It's just us talking about the topic of the debate, and should be a good one, man. Should be like 45 minutes to an hour. Yeah, we're gonna see how this go, man. I'm going into the Lions then, so that's what they call it. And I'm ready. 'Cause I ain't scared of shit, man. I'm not worried. I ain't got no butterflies. I'm over here smiling like a motherfucker, man. I'm actually really excited. I feel really good, man. So y'all tap in, man. Y'all show me some love and just share the live, man. I put that link in the chat. Share the live stream and peace to to the American Aborigines, North, South, Central, the Conjoining Islands, as well as Canada and Greenland, 'cause that's our shit too. And Hawaii. Because some people forget that Hawaii is part of the 50 states. But yeah, peace to the guys, man.